Hey folks, welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. I'm going to do an intermediate lesson on how to play the tune Shooting Creek for you. Cool, now that you've heard it, let's learn how to do it. So I did a beginner lesson on this tune, and the reason why that was a beginner lesson is that it doesn't have fourth finger. I think fourth finger or pinky's more of an intermediate thing that you build up to. That said, this version is fairly simple still, so some of you more advanced fiddlers may be scratching your head wondering, why is he calling it an intermediate lesson? That's why. It's just my own definition, so take it or leave it. So we'll just get started with the tune. It's in D major, in case you forgot, so you can warm up with just getting a good sound on open D. And then you could also slowly practice the D major scale. And also, because it uses fourth finger, if you're new to that, you may want to spend some time just practicing E3 to 4 on the E string. And then I've got a whole slew of fourth finger exercises that are play along tracks on FiddleHed.com that you can use as well to just strengthen this. And a lot of them are kind of fun, so check that out. Fun is not overrated.
Warning, this may be fun.
Okay, now that important public service announcement is out of the way, let's finally get started. All right, so the whole first quarter of the A part. Breaking it down, starting the first bar, E. I'll do the whole first quarter just broken down actually. All right, so for intermediate players, I don't know if the most challenging thing is the fourth finger, I think. Also the rhythm is tricky. If that's still tricky for you, just loop it. And that's 1 to 3 on E. The next bit is rhythmically pretty easy, but it uses fourth finger. We're gonna go 3, 4, 3, low 2, 1, open, 1, 2. It's kind of just like very scalar, just running up and down. This is actually fun to loop too. But I recommend starting really slow. And for things that are like all eighth notes or whenever it makes sense, if it's hard, a way to make things easier that you have to practice is to do 2 bows per each note. So like, I think that magically makes things easier. So you may want to experiment with that. So now let's do the second quarter of the A part. I'll play it once with flow. And now broken down, starting E3. So 3 on E, 3, 3, 1, open, A3. Take a moment and play it, and then see if you can hear it in your head. That process is called audiation, and it's a way to, you do this automatically on your own, You might hear a song or a tune you remember, and you just sort of start humming it or whistling. What I'm starting to teach a lot with in-person students and online is to do this intentionally, to learn things more quickly, take like a mental picture of it. It also will help you play in tune because you're just developing your ear. And then the second part of the second quarter is this. Open E, A3, 1, 3, open. So the whole second quarter again. Third quarter is the same as the first. I'll just review it for you. And then the fourth quarter is almost identical to the second, except instead of starting E3, it starts E4. So if you did your due diligence and practiced that second quarter a lot, the fourth quarter will be quite easy. All right, let's take a moment and practice it with a play-along track. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So if that was useful, then use the full play-along tracks on FiddleHed.com. And now let's just take a moment to think about how we practice a little bit. So this is basically one way to look at this lesson. It's an intermediate lesson compared to the basic lesson that I gave already, is that this is kind of like a variation almost. And so a really powerful practice that I do a lot now is to alternate a basic version of something with any kind of variation or more intermediate or advanced thing. It'll make more sense if I do it, I think. So if we look at the second bar of the tune, which we just learned, remember how fun that was? We're gonna do it again right now. But what we can do is make an exercise where we alternate between the lower octave or the beginner version, and then the more advanced thing. And once you get both those in your fingers, and this may take a while to get comfortable, but once you do that, then you loop it, and it sounds like this cool musical conversation. And so you're getting great practice in, but you're kind of doing something really fun. And so what my mission is with FiddleHed is to make the musical process less painful and more fun. I don't believe that it should be torture. I believe that you should be enjoying music as soon as possible. Now, not to say that you can do this without working. It will take work, but I really want you to enjoy the work. And so this is one little way that I think you can do this. It's basically you learn. I'm trying to get you to learn on how to make up exercises that are fun. Okay, so thanks for listening to that practice tip. And now let's get back to playing. You may want to first just find your sound on open D, and then A3. Maybe play along with a D drone and just close your eyes and really enjoy that sound. All right, I love doing that. I just love listening to the sound still of the instrument and not doing anything super fancy, as well as fancy stuff, but returning to a really just good basic sound. And I think you can do it. All right, so let's see. Let's do the first quarter of the B part. Now let's break it down. All right, so it starts A3, 3, E1. And again, that's a D major triad. Here it is again. And the next part, E1, open, A3. And then E, A3, 1. Let me do it again. There it is. Got it! All right, so I think that's pretty much it. Here's the second bar. There's the whole first quarter. Sometimes when you slow things down and break it down a lot, it's actually harder. It's mentally harder because it doesn't make as much sense. So you may want to start with more mid-tempo things when you're still kind of getting it in your mind. But once you have it in your mind and you have the melody there, slowing it down is the most powerful thing because you're going to really learn it better and be more on top of it mentally, but also your tone is going to get better and your tuning. So I'm not saying always play slow is the point, but once you get something, then you slow it down, then you really get into it and really will get it. So we're almost done, believe it or not. The second quarter of the B part is this. Broken down. That's A3, 3, E1. Let me do it again. A3, 3. Back to E, A3, 1, 3, open. See, it's hard. It's hard. It's weird how you stretch it, slow it. It's just like, where am I? I don't know. I'm lost. Lost. All right, so I'm going to do the whole B part slowly. Feel free to play along or just listen because listening is practice too. And thanks for listening to all my goofy messages. I could have played it slower, I could have played it quicker, but hopefully that's helpful hearing the whole thing, how it all fits together. So if you find this useful, there's more content for the lesson on FiddleHed.com. Lots of play-along tracks for each little part of the tune because that's how you got to practice, okay? Along with sheet music snippets and tab snippets. And then if you're not going to do that, but you appreciate the lesson, then please subscribe, like it, and hit the notification bell so you can hear about the latest lessons. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the feedback because I feel like this is a project we're doing together the more I hear from you. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Go to FiddleHed.com for a progressive step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.